Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Untitled Game Channel. I'm AJ Gels, guys. Welcome back to the weekly show. This is a little weird, because I'm not in my usual setup. You know, you're not looking at my gorgeous face. You're actually looking at my PC. I finally figured out how to screen capture my PC. Turns out it wasn't hard. I was just a giant dipshit. Either way. I'm going to try this out today just because there's a couple YouTube videos that I want to show. I want to break down with you guys. So I'm going to be doing it using this format. My big question is whether or not, because no matter what, I'm going to use this footage. Next week I might go back to the old way of doing it. This way I don't have to worry about the light, but there's something up with my mic. Like, I get kind of like a weird, like, electronic tone to my voice. It's weird. I'm looking at getting a new mic. Maybe that'll fix the problem. Either way, it's a big mass of stuff. Either way, we'll be doing this. So you'll see my computer with me. You know, I'll scroll through. I'll still be reading the articles and all that. That's the general concept. Sorry, I was thirsty. All right, let's get into it. First article: Nintendo Switch Amazon pre-orders suffer widespread delays, by Jonathan Dornbush. Obviously, we are in IGN. Let's see here. Despite Amazon's pre-orders for Nintendo Switch offering a day one delivery, a number of Amazon users, including some IGN staff, have still not received their consoles or seen their systems even ship. Some have also reported that their ship date has been moved. Multiple IGN staffers have Amazon orders that still say Switch systems will arrive today. However, the progress is stalled at shipping soon. With no tracking or shipment information available, several IGN staff members have also had their orders from Amazon fulfilled. Let's see here. Little thing right there showing you what it is. Amazon has throughout today also made the Switch available periodically for new customers and announced that limited supplies are available in Amazon bookstores. Looking at Amazon users reporting issues on Twitter found via search Amazon Switch pre-order, many have reported similar shipping issues, including users on Twitter and a member of Polygon staff, the latter of whom had a delivery date was moved to March 4th. Multiple Reddit users have also reported shipping issues throughout today. At Amazon Games, what's going on with the unshipped Nintendo Switch pre-orders? Any info about it? My pre-order hasn't been shipped yet. Never going to pre-order a console from at Amazon again. I get a different answer each time I contact them about my Nintendo Switch. Amazon users unsure of when their consoles will ship. Yep, Amazon just didn't ship out the Switch in my area today. Last time I pre-ordered a console, thanks at Best Buy for having Nintendo Switch because at Amazon could not fulfill my pre-order, so we had to go out to find one. IGN has reached out to Amazon customer support, and Nintendo for comments, and will update this story should they respond to the Nintendo Switch launch today. Blah 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 blah. This article was from yesterday, so yeah, it says the Switch is launched today. To me, this sounds like an issue from Amazon, not an issue with Nintendo, as much as I would like it to be from Nintendo. Again, yes, I know, I'm still the big anti-Switch guy. I've chosen my hill to die on. I still think that this is not going to do super well. Either way, I'm rambling, but no, to me, this sounds like an issue with Amazon and not Nintendo. Personally, this is why I don't like ordering things online. Especially with something like this. This is why, personally, I would have put my pre-order in with a store and gone in and picked it up in person, or I would have, or with a game, do a pre-order and pick it up in person, or, just download it directly to my console. You know, I don't understand pre-ordering through Amazon. I don't know, it's a personal thing, I guess. Next up in Switch news comes from Eurogamer, article by, Robert, Purchase, no idea how to pronounce that. Alert, do not apply a vinyl skin or wrap to your Nintendo Switch. Do not apply a vinyl skin or wrap to your lovely new Nintendo Switch. The surface of the console and Joy-Cons reacts badly to the adhesive, causing the outer coating and logos to peel off. D-Brand, a prominent skin manufacturer, nobly brought this issue to light. It had been testing Switch consoles, 1 pre-release and 10 retail units prior to skin production. And I quote, we're here to make a public service announcement that under no circumstances should you be buying a vinyl skin / wrap for your Nintendo Switch, end quote, wrote D-Brand on the Switch subreddit, where it has understandably become something of a hero. And I quote, both the Joy-Cons and the console are not compatible with vinyl wraps or any adhesive-backed skin of any kind. I'm not seeing any problems on this one that I can see, unless that's not supposed to be white. And yeah, obviously right there you can see the grossness, and yeah, right there on that one. Oh no. D-Brand added, and I quote, this is really quite unfortunate, not just because we were going to make a ton of money from this console, but more so because it genuinely did look dope with the skin. D-Brand will refund anyone who pre-ordered a Switch skin with it. Jolly good show, D-Brand. Moving on. Yeah, I've never... Somebody out there explain to me, what's up with the whole thing with adding skins to your consoles? I've never understood that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. It's just the aesthetic thing doesn't really mean anything to me. I don't know. All right, final Nintendo Switch story, and then we can get into the real fun stuff. Article by Jonathan Dornbush, IGN. Mysterious Nintendo Switch game Project Makuru revealed during Nintendo's Nindy Showcase event. A game called Project Makuru, or Makuru, I have no idea, was officially revealed from developer Overfence. Project Makuru meaning flipping in Japanese, is a puzzle game made in Unity and exclusive to the Switch. No release date has yet been given, has been announced. Nintendo released what appears to be a brief glimpse of Makuru in a sizzle reel back in January, Nintendo Switch's unveiling event. However, the game from Overfence was not detailed at the time. The showcase today included a look at the game's 4-player battle mode, which tasks players with smashing into the ground and flipping over the titles on the arena's floor to their color. The game will include Mii support. Earlier today, Nintendo announced 17 new games coming to Nintendo Switch this year, and then confirmed dozens more coming to the system in 2017 ahead of the stream. Nintendo had revealed that Fast RMX and Shovel Knight would be Switch launch games. Again, you're saying that these are Switch launch games. But these are not reasons to buy a Nintendo Switch. I mean, the only reason that you'd buy a Switch to play Shovel Knight is if you didn't have your... It's just this console. It keeps saying, look at all these 17 new games. Are these new games or these ports of old games? Because, you know, we have Skyrim coming. I Am Setsuna. Like right there, it just said Shovel Knight. This is so baffling to me that people are so excited about this. There aren't any real exclusive games or reasons to buy the Nintendo Switch. It's coming out nowadays that people are all... exclusives don't sell consoles. Yet I still think... Then why are you choosing the PS4 over the Xbox One if exclusives don't sell consoles? I mean, personally, I like trophies better than I like achievements. But I mean, I'm loving Horizon Zero Dawn. Personally, for me, I'd get both the PS4 and the Xbox One just because I like the exclusives on both. Because I buy the Xbox One for the Gears franchise, for almost Gears alone. But with PS4, it's got so many other great exclusives. I mean, we have Days Gone coming up eventually. The second Last of Us game, God of War. We just had not For Honor, Horizon Zero Dawn. I almost said For Horizon Zero Dawn. That's not right. We just had Horizon Zero Dawn. That game is phenomenal. I mean, the fact that game scored a 9.3 on IGN and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild got a perfect 10 is sickening to me. I'm sorry. I'm a lot angrier than I should be about this. No, I'm not actually angry that Breath of the Wild got a 10, because personally for me at the moment Horizon is a 10. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about about exclusives and all this. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I personally feel that the Nintendo Switch is super overhyped. It's gonna have decent opening sales, and then is just going to plummet after that. Its sales are just gonna drop steadily. All right. I guess the best way to put it is, I think everybody who wants a Switch has one, and it might trickle, and it's just going to trickle down. I don't think it's going to keep record sales for that long. It's not going to do what the Wii did. I bet it will do better than the it'll do better than the Wii U. I'll say that. Next one, article by IGN. Twitch to begin selling games. This is actually fairly interesting. Twitch has announced that starting this spring, users will be able to purchase select PC games directly through its website. According to the live streaming services announcement video, whenever a game is purchased directly through a Twitch streamer's broadcast, a portion of the money earned from the sale will be given to that streamer. Oh, that's really cool. Several publishers, including Ubisoft, Telltale, and Hi-Rez Studios, are on board with Twitch's new program. Games purchased through Twitch can be launched via the service's desktop app or through other pre-established publisher platforms like Ubisoft's Play or Ubisoft's Uplay. I think this is a phenomenal idea. I think I think it helps put some money in Twitch streamers. You see, this is something that I've really kind of liked over the past while, that we're actually seeing a little bit more. I don't want to say collaboration, but it's with Let's Players, with Let's Players and Gamescasters and everybody on the internet and Twitch streamers and the developers. There's actually, I think, starting to becoming a really kind of like cohesive ecosystem between them. Because what's really great is because I think it's. I don't want to say companies have ever been so super anti the YouTubers who, do Let's Plays and all this, but I think there had to have been at some point this kind of thought that, and this is all my opinion, I don't actually know this, but it's from how I see it. There had to have been kind of a big thing between them, kind of going, well, these people are playing our game, so people aren't buying them because they're just watching other people play them. Well, for me, at least, when I used to watch guys like the Rad Brad, I'd watch them play a game. It would help me decide whether or not I buy a game. It's what I try and do on this channel. I try and give my opinions in a live review to give you guys an idea, anybody out there watching a Let's Play of mine, to maybe push them to buy the game if I like it and maybe steer them away from it if I don't. But I really like this kind of connection. I think this is kind of the next step in that evolution, or in this ecosystem. And I think this is a really cool, really cool concept. All right, next I'm gonna do here's a first. We're gonna watch a YouTube video live, and this is the Middle-earth Shadow of War announcement trailer. If you see it right there, just put it into full screen and let's go.
The world of men is ending. In the fires of Mount Doom, a ranger and a wraith, bound together in death, crafted the one thing that could challenge Sauron, a ring of power. But power can blind those who seek it. Celebrimbor! The great deceiver has returned to Middle-earth to rebuild his armies, to rule all. The corruption will be contained no longer. The war for Mordor begins.
All right, I just decided to let that one play through. I mean, right there. I mean, I think we got what is it right there? Yeah, available. Stupid YouTube. Available will be August. It will be available in this August. It's a gameplay reveal coming on March 8th. All I can say, super excited. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. Well, we know what game we're talking about next, and you can get a look at. We're gonna start with the fun stuff. No, I think this is great. I loved the first Shadow. I loved Shadow of Mordor. I'm a few trophies short of platinuming it. Either way, I'm super excited to see what the sequel is going to be. I'm questioning what's going to happen. You know, with the Ranger and Celebrimbor. For some reason, I can remember the Wraith's name. I can't remember the Ranger's name. It's not coming to me right now. But I find it so interesting that it looks like they're going to be split up for at least a part of the game. I think it's going to be a majority of the game. It's going to be him trying to get the Wraith back. I think that's what it's going to be. But I think we're getting even more origin on the rings and Sauron and Mordor. I cannot say enough things. I think this is such a great time to announce this too, because right now we're in the middle of a really, really cool set of games. Because I mean, what is it? In a few more days, I mean, we have Ghost Recon Wildlands, and then 2 weeks later after that, then we have Mass Effect Andromeda, and then the month after that we have Persona 5. I mean, we've had a lot of really cool games come out, and I think just these 3-4 months. Well, I mean, it's been 3. You know what I mean? In after April, in about 4 months, we've had a lot of really big games, a lot of really cool titles be announced, and it's really neat to kind of see what we're gonna have kind of in the summer, kind of like just post the before the holiday season. I guess that's what it is. Because I'm really starting to like. There's 2 launch windows that I'm really liking, and that is this beginning of the year in August. Because I'm trying to remember, last time we had a really big August was Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and Mad Max. So I think it's a great slot to put it in. I find it really interesting, though, that this game's not getting announced at E3, or that the gameplay reveal isn't going to be at E3. I mean, because we're 4 days removed from the gameplay reveal. I'll probably do a similar video to this, now that I can, do this sort of thing. Hell, I might just record streams and do my. I'm sorry, I'm overthinking what I'm going to be doing. Either way, super excited about that. Looks really cool. Moving on, Mass Effect Andromeda, the game that I'm almost. I was seeing it on IGN. It was like there's like 17. Like, watch the first 17 minutes of the game. Like, how much I want to watch it, but I'm forcing myself not to watch any actual gameplay segments of this game, just because I want it to be new when I play it with you guys in a couple weeks. I cannot wait for Mass Effect Andromeda. Either way, first article on this game coming by way of Polygon. Mass Effect Andromeda dev says game features full nudity, says it's totally softcore space porn. Yes. Article by Ben Kuchera. Oh, let's dive into this one. It's hard to be the playable character in a Mass Effect game. You have to make tricky decisions while trying to figure out what kind of person you'd like to be. You have to be representative of the entire human race in situations where the designation may not be exactly fair, but you have to do your best anyway, or maybe your worst. You have to make some hard choices about which characters you'd like to have sex with, and that can pose a certain conundrum too. The fans. Jesus Christ. The fans have already begun the speculation about which Mass Effect Andromeda characters they'd like to see hook up, and why the developers so far have been more willing to lean into the game's reputation as a place to meet all sorts of new people and have sex with at least some of them. Right there, that's my first pick. Once again, you want to see that go down, watch the Let's Play. I want to say her name's Cora. I actually can't remember. Sorry, I have a terrible memory lately. I've just either way. Was this? Where were we? Okay. We already know the game will feature, and I quote, pretty good banging. God damn it. But it looks like things may go a bit further. And Andromeda. Tweet from Aaron Flynn. Remember, we lost the partial nudity rating and got full nudity. I'm assuming this is, let's see here, that's BioWare's general manager, Aaron Flynn, who continued to joke with fans about what they can expect from the game. One said that they were worried their husband will consider Andromeda to be space porn, to which Flynn replied that at Lady Alenko, God damn it, at and7 follower, yes, it's totally softcore space porn. Obviously, they're going with the full nudity. Again, this has been happening in BioWare. You know, we've seen kind of the transition from what it was back in the first Mass Effect. I still remember watching on Fox News when it first came out that Mass Effect had sex scenes in it, and I was sitting there going, "This is awesome." It made me want the game more, and then I got to those scenes and thought, "Man, this is a fucking ripoff." And then it got a little spicier in 2, and then 3. If you played Dragon Age Inquisition, maybe I'll do that someday on the channel. Either way, that game dropped the partial and went full on with nudity, so it's not surprising to see Andromeda also, just drop the partial. See here, this is probably just a fun joke or a bit of a troll at the expense of very excitable fans, right? He has to be poking fun at us. At Tyler Nordstrom, at Lady Alenko, at Ensign follower. Oh, I'm not. Others brought up the issue of pet names for the rest of the crew, to which we were told that that's these people. I can't recall, but some of the dialogue is pretty steamy. Ooh. Another fan said that they would probably be playing by themselves once the children were asleep. Good call. The game's lead design... Jesus Christ, I feel so dirty. Like I'm probably going to be playing this game without pants on. The game's lead designer, Ian S. Frazier, suggested that maybe they included some Mass Effect massage oil in the collector's edition of the game to drive up pre-orders as launch approaches. I'm sorry, this shouldn't be this funny. Maybe I'm just tired. I don't fucking know anymore. At Timbermoon, these are the world-class ideas I need from you yesterday, Ian. Christ. This has been a pretty good Monday so far. Andromeda doesn't actually have an ESRB rating yet, nor have the rating descriptors been released in the US. So we're just going to have to wait and see how far things go. But all signs point to the fact that we're going to Sexy Town at a speed of warp. God damn it, 60. Oh, why? It's refreshing to see Mass Effect so willing to lean into its own more tawdry side. Cripes. Obviously, this game is going to be an R. There's going to be nude boobs. I'll say it that way. I'll be a little childish. I know, me childish, shocking. But yes, there's going to be nude boobs. I mean, come on. All right, next article by way of PC Gamer, written by Andy Chalk. This is about the Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer beta being canceled. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. As reported last year by GameSpot, Mass Effect producer Fabrice Condominis indicated on N7 Day last year, that's November 7th, that a Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer tech test would take place prior to the release of the game. Today, however, BioWare said in a blog post about its presence at the upcoming PAX East that the plan has been scrapped. Let's see here. The tweet reads, what about some Andromeda multiplayer early on and providing feedback? I actually don't know why that tweet's there. See here, moving on, and I quote, join us at BioWare Base Room 2AB, and be one of the first to join Apex and defend our new home in Andromeda, featuring different character kits each day. This is your chance to try out Mass Effect's fast-paced cooperative multiplayer on PC, end quote, BioWare wrote. And I quote, while we will have live multiplayer at PAX East, there will no longer be a multiplayer tech test for players at home. Thank you to everyone who signed up. We look forward to seeing you in Andromeda, end quote. The BioWare Beacon sign-up link that Condominis tweeted is still live, and despite GameSpot's report that the tech test appeared limited to either the PS4 or Xbox One, it didn't encounter any such platform restriction when I signed up, whether that's because it had been I cannot read right now. It had been intended for the PC as well, or simply due to the fact that the tech test is no longer happening isn't clear, nor is BioWare's reason for shutting it down. Update: in response to my inquiry, BioWare sent over the following statement, and I quote, "Our team worked extremely hard building, testing, and balancing multiplayer, and we ultimately determined that a tech test would not be necessary," end quote. Personally, I would like this multiplayer not to be in Mass Effect. I think it's a dumb idea, in my opinion. But overall, I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of theories that Mass Effect isn't going to be a finished product when it comes out. A lot of people are going, "Oh, they're rushing it. Oh, why haven't they shown any of it?" And I'm like, honestly, I kind of like how they're keeping this game pretty close to the vest. Really, I'm liking how a lot of games are doing that right now. I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn did that, and that game's phenomenal. Or at least as far as I can tell, Horizon Zero Dawn's really kind of kept the game to close to the chest, or close to the vest, whatever the way you want to say it. I really like this approach to not give away too much of the game up front, because I think BioWare's kind of trying. I think BioWare's trying to do something new with this Mass Effect, and I think they've been burned in the past, especially with what happened with 3. So I'm quite interested to see what they're going to do with this, and I'm really glad that they're doing it this way. Let's see. Continuing on, I guess, in the Mass Effect multiplayer, whatnot. BioWare confirms non-human playable characters in Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. Article by Matt Porter of IGN. Fernando Mello, one of the producers on Mass Effect Andromeda, has teased us with some multiplayer information. First, Mello apologized for the lack of a public tech test, which had previously been due before release. He goes on to say, however, that the multiplayer mode has had the, and I quote, "most extensive user testing we've ever done," end quote. See here. Meanwhile, we'll get into more MP info out. Let's get the ball rolling. See you all in Andromeda 4.4. A more welcome bit of news is that you will be able to play as other races in the multiplayer. Mello tweeted a screenshot showing off the character selection screen, and there are definitely a few non-human options in there, including the likes of the Krogan and Solarian. Whether it will dig as deep as Mass Effect 3's multiplayer, ultra-rare Volus Biotics, we don't yet know. The Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer mode will be playable at PAX East, which begins March 10th, blah, blah, blah. Personally, I wasn't a huge fan of the way Mass Effect. I never really played Mass Effect 3's multiplayer, but I heard it was really in depth. And again, you know my opinion. I don't think multiplayer needs to be in the game. Frankly, I don't think it should be in the game. But that's my own personal crap. Yeah. I want to play as a Hanar. Giant floating jellyfish with a gun. That would be pretty fun. Moving on, we're going to be doing another YouTube video. This is the third gameplay series. The previous two have been breaking down how squad mates work and how skills work. In this one, we dive into the actual exploration and discovery. Real quick, before I really kind of hop into everything. And see, but right there, it's ESRB rated M. Okay, so maybe the article that said, I think that Polygon article, we hadn't had the whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm rambling. All links to everything that I talk, every article and video will be in the description. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Let's get into it. I'll be pausing a little bit on and off throughout this one. So let's go.
Welcome back to the Mass Effect Andromeda gameplay series. In our first installments, we took a closer look at combat gameplay. Today, we're diving straight into the heart of Mass Effect Andromeda, exploration. In addition to beautiful story missions, Andromeda is filled with worlds to explore.
No way this is home.
Our story is contained within the Helios cluster, a portion of space populated with dozens of star systems. And the Tempest is where that exploration begins. You can navigate star systems using the Tempest galaxy map.
Alright, right here. First thing I want to say, just damn. That is a lot of places to go.
From planets to moons, to anomalies and starships, wherever you are in Helios, you'll now be able to see everything that exists outside the ship's main windows in real time. In Andromeda, there are over 100 planets to discover, and a handful of beautifully crafted worlds can be landed on.
Alright, right there. I'm seeing a lot of people complain about this. there's 100 planets to discover and a handful of beautifully crafted worlds to be landed on. A lot of people are going, why only a couple or a handful? I'm gonna guess a handful. It does not mean if there's over 100 planets in the game. I guess handful is being a little is probably more than people are thinking of. But even if it's not, I really think that they're going for an approach a lot more similar to Mass Effect 1. Which again, it'll look even more like that as we get later on into the video. But it's this concept of we land on planets and we're given a big open area that there are missions within. Not that it's going to drop us into an area where the mission is just a linear chunk, like 2 and 3. It's going. I think in this aspect, Mass Effect Andromeda is going to be a lot more like Mass Effect 1, which I think is a very good, which again I think is a step back in the right direction for the franchise.
And that's where the adventure really begins. Each world you visit has its own story, its own characters, and of course, its own challenges. Today, the world we're going to visit is called Eladin. Exploring the opening landing area called Paradise, you'll quickly discover that the heat on this planet can be deadly. Water is scarce, and mysterious ancient artifacts dot the landscape guarded by dangerous remnant creatures. Basically, to live here, you have to be desperate, or Krogan. But even the Krogan aren't happy, and they don't trust anyone from the Initiative, least of all a Pathfinder. How you deal with the Krogan and these challenges will ultimately determine your success on Eladin.
We need the Krogan, and the Krogan need us.
Before you set out, you'll get an update from your AI, pointing out key locations.
The Remnant monolith suggests this was indeed supposed to be a golden world.
We're going to start the adventure by heading over to the Krogan colony, but the choice of where to go is ultimately yours. Our all-terrain rover, the Nomad, is key to quickly covering the expansive landscapes throughout Andromeda. You can also enhance the Nomad with a series of functional upgrades designed to give you better turbo boost, higher jumps, better handling, and more.
Alright. I always hated the Mako. I'm going to be flat out. I hated the Mako. I hated the Mako sections of Mass Effect 1. I'm really hoping that this thing is not like the Mako. I really hope that it handles better. The combat makes more sense. Just overall, I want it to be better than the Mako.
While you're exploring, one of the key objectives will be to discover locations to call down forward stations. Once found, each of these will act as a fast travel point and allow you to change your loadout or call the Nomad if it gets lost or destroyed. They also offer resupply and protection from any environmental hazards. Our conversations at the Krogan colony point us in a few directions. Exiles are causing trouble at their base, the Flophouse, and a derelict remnant ship may have a drive core the Krogan are in desperate need of. Let's head to that ship and see what we can find. Out here, we are more exposed to the heat. In Andromeda, all of the planets have localized and/or global hazards. The Pathfinder and the Nomad are both separately outfitted with life support systems that help protect against these hazards. But once you run out, you'll need to find a safe location or a forward station to recharge.
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
As you travel throughout the world, you'll find new areas to explore, new characters, and new storylines. Ultimately, all of these discoveries will help raise the viability of the planet. Increasing planet viability does two things: allow for the creation of an outpost, and upgrade the Nexus, the Andromeda Initiative's space station. Before a planet can support an outpost, you'll first need to get its viability to at least 40% by pacifying threats, allying yourself to locals, solving environmental problems, and accomplishing specific tasks related to that planet's story. For example, in the case of Eladin, your relationship with the Krogan will determine whether you can build here or not. Regardless of whether you build an outpost, your exploration and discoveries will also give you Andromeda viability points. Reaching thresholds will allow you to upgrade the Nexus and wake up more colonists from cryosleep. Who you decide to wake up will determine what perks and advantages you'll get. Will you wake up scientists to give you an edge in research and development? Military personnel to give you an edge in combat? Or merchants to give you a leg up when trading? But of course, not everything on these worlds will be so straightforward.
Alright, before we get into this last minute and a half that I'll probably just let play out, I want to say that is something that I was really hoping would appear in this game, would be this concept of building colony... Oh, sorry, I just smacked my microphone. This concept of building colonies and because, I mean, that's kind of the point of the game. You're a colonist. You aren't really like a soldier. You know, the Pathfinders are scientists, explorers, and like colonists, you know. So I think that is going to be a really deep kind of like mini game system within the larger game. But also, from what it sounds like, it's not going to be like a standalone side I know I just said, side activity, whatever. How to put this? I really like how it seems like it's trying to connect this kind of metagame with the actual main narrative. That this is actually seeming to be important to the actual game. Or the actual story within the game. So I'm very excited to see how this turns out. I know I keep saying I'm excited. I'm just I cannot wait for this game. 2 weeks, guys. Just 2 more weeks.
Andromeda holds many mysteries, not the least of which is a vast network of ancient vaults. Simply figuring out how to access one of these vaults is a challenge in and of itself that can take you across an entire world. Once inside, you'll need to rely on skills from every element of Andromeda gameplay, including exploration, environmental navigation, puzzle solving, and combat to get them back online, and then make it out alive. Go! And resolving the mystery of these vaults may just hold the key to survival in Andromeda.
This is unbelievable.
At its heart, Mass Effect Andromeda is a game of discovery and exploration. The choices you make and the places you go, let you blaze your own unique trail through Andromeda. Whether you're exploring the depths of a crashed starship or delving into the core of an active volcano, the more you engage with the world around you and the characters in it, the more that world will surprise you with what's waiting just around the corner.
It's really going to be something, isn't it?
All right, guys. Hell, what can I say? I'm excited. Like it said right there, March 21st. You can find the Let's Play right here on the channel. All right, let's move on. No Man's Sky developer announces funding initiative Hello Labs. Article by Alex Osborne of IGN. Sorry if I seem like I'm going to be rushing through the rest of this a little bit. I really, really need to pee. Either way. No Man's Sky developer Hello Games has launched a new initiative called Hello Labs, which will support other small developers who are creating games that use procedural generation or are, and I quote, experimental focused. Studio founder Sean Murray shared the news today during his session at GDC titled, and I quote, Building Worlds Using Maths. End quote. Hello Labs will provide funding and support to 1 or 2 projects at a time, and Murray confirmed that one project is already in active development. More details about Hello Labs will be shared in the future. During the talk, Murray briefly mentioned that he's been up to Hello Games, saying he's been, and I quote, busy working on a current update to No Man's Sky, end quote. He's also taken a minute to reflect on the game, saying, and I quote, No Man's Sky started as a hobby to me, and in some ways it still is, end quote. Good idea. I still really hate No Man's Sky. I think the game was overhyped. It was not what it should have been, or it wasn't. I think what they said it was going to be, and it's just no, nope. All right, moving on. Final game we're going to be talking about, obviously, Ghost Recon Wildlands. We have details on the Season Pass article by Michael Pasalacqua. I hope that's how that's pronounced on IGN. Ghost Recon Wildlands will get 2 major paid expansions after launch as part of the game's $40 season pass. What the fuck? Ubisoft announced today. That is just that's a little much. That's too much. Not $100. No. The first expansion, titled Narco Road, will task players with infiltrating a gang of smugglers to, and I quote, take part in crazy races and challenges to earn the infamous leader's trust and destroy them from the inside. Point Break, end quote. That's what it is, Point Break. The expansion will introduce new bosses and vehicles. In Fallen Ghosts, player must evade an elite group of mercenaries that are tracking them after the player's chopper is shot down. The expansion includes a, and I quote, powerful new enemies, end quote, new skills, and unlockable weapons. Season Pass holders will get access to both expansions a week early. Oh, that might give, well, I mean, if you care about that, it might give you a little bit more to get the Season Pass. The Season Pass also includes other missions and equipment packs, as described by Ubisoft below. The Unidad conspiracy missions, players will work to break down and destabilize the alliance between Santa Blanca and the Unidad in the Media Luna province. Hope that's pronounced. The Peruvian Connection pack. Players will be able to play through the Peruvian Connection mission, as well as receive a 7 gear, as well as receive 7 gear patches. There we go. Rebellion Ghost pack. Players can don an outfit by the brave Qatari 26 rebels. They will also unlock a unique AK-47 equipped with a bigger magazine and customized with unique engraving work. Unidad Ghost Pack. Players dominate enemies with a Unidad outfit so they can attack Unidad camps dressed like one of them. They will also unlock a unique Unidad LMG weapon customized with the colors of Unidad and equipped with a red dot scope and a larger magazine. Santa Blanca Ghost Pack with a Santa Blanca inspired outfit. Players can mimic their style without joining their ranks. The pack also unlocks a Santa Blanca Golden M1911 customized with engravings and the mark of the cartel for players to unleash chaos on the cartel, and in the exclusive vehicle Bolivian minibus. What's more, Season Pass holders will get a permanent 5% XP booster, as well as a single-use 2-hour XP booster for plus 50% for as well as a single-use 2-hour XP booster of plus 50% for the player and plus 25% for other players in the session. Okay. For some reason that wasn't making sense to me, how to read-wise. Ubisoft also revealed that Ghost Recon Wildlands will get a free PvP update after launch that features tactical class-based 4v4 team combat. Those mission packs seem really cool. Like the actual expansions, not worth $40. Even if you get them a week early, not worth $40. That is too much, in my opinion. Yeah. All right. I just want to say, this is something that is happening in the world we live in. Bolivia is not pleased about its depiction in Ghost Recon Wildlands. This is a world. This is something that is happening in this world that we live in. I swear to God, it's like Donald Trump got elected and the world became a goddamn cartoon. What the fuck is happening? Yes, I got political there. I know, blah, blah, blah. People hate Donald Trump. Whatever. I mean, did I want him as president? No. Is it still funny? Yeah. Come on. Let's be honest with that. Again, we have a cartoon. Again, I'm going to use this description. We have, I'm an American, so when I say we have a cartoon character as president. This is awesome. It is fucking funny. I'm sorry. God damn it. I'm tired. I went to bed at like 4 last night, woke up at midnight, and I've been up since, so I don't know. I'm ready to go back to bed. Either way, an article by Eddie McHooch, GameSpot. Bolivia is not exactly thrilled about their country's depiction in Ubisoft's new shooter, Ghost Recon Wildlands. Reuters reports today that the Bolivian government has filed a formal complaint over the country's portrayal in the game as an, and I quote, area controlled by drug traffickers, end quote. And I quote, Interior Minister Carlos Romero said Bolivia had delivered a letter to the French ambassador and asked the French government to intervene, adding that Bolivia reserved the right to take legal action, Reuters reported. Again, this is happening. This is a real thing that is happening in the real world. A country is threatening to sue another country over a video game. Why? And I quote, we have the standing to do it and take legal action, but at first we prefer to go the route of diplomatic negotiation, Romero said. Diplomatic negotiation? God damn it! In a statement shared with GameSpot, Ubisoft stated that Wildlands is a, and I quote, work of fiction, similar to movies and TV show, end quote. I'm not sure if they said work of fiction in the way that I just did, but it's what I'm going with. And I quote, like all Tom Clancy games from Ubisoft, the game takes place in a modern universe inspired by reality, but the characters, locations, and stories are all fantasies created solely for entertainment purposes, end quote, it continued. And I quote, Bolivia was chosen as the background of this game based on its magnificent landscapes and rich culture, end quote. The game has not tried to hide its connections to the drug trade as you play as a special forces operative operator trying to take down a fictional cartel. Bolivia is reportedly the world's third largest producer of coca leaves, which are used to make cocaine. And I quote, while the game's premise imagines a different reality than the one that exists in Bolivia today, we do hope that the in-game world comes close to representing the country's beautiful topography and that players enjoy exploring the diverse and open landscapes it moved us to create, end quote. Ubisoft said, it remains to be seen what kind of legal action Bolivia could take. Keep checking back for more. Holy shit. Come on. The final thing is actually connected to this story. This was a tweet by Colin Moriarty. He was responding to I went with the GameSpot article as opposed to this the one that Moriarty took the picture here, because that was on PC Gamer by Andy Chalk. I went with the GameSpot just because I think that one had a little bit more detail than the PC Gamer. Either way, I like what he has to say here. Our country is overrun with cocaine and drug related crime, but don't you dare set your fictional video game here. Again, I'm just gonna say it one last time before I close out here. This is a thing that is happening in our world right now, motherfucker. God damn it! All right, I'm done. Thanks everybody for watching. Like I said earlier. Links to everything that I talked about, every article, you want to go there, you want to read them for yourself, you want to watch the videos that I showed, all that will be in the description below. I promise this time it will be timestamped at upload. The last week's I keep meaning to do it. I just got busy last week and just kind of forgot. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. Facebook, Twitter, and the website's in the description. And on that, remember to like, comment, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more. And until next time, guys, I'm AJ Gills. This is the Untitled Gaming Channel. I'm out.